Hey guys, Liam Ottley here, and today I have a super valuable video for you all where we're going to be breaking down a real world case study of someone in our community using just one YouTube video to generate over $110,000 worth of potential leads for their AI agency. So we're going to be jumping in and breaking down exactly how he was able to get these kind of results, what he could have done better, and at the end of the video, I'll be giving you a step-by-step blueprint on how you can do the same. If you are new to the channel and don't know who I am, my name is Liam Ottley, and I'm the founder of my own AI agency called Morningside AI. I'm also the creator of the AI automation agency model as a whole, or AAA as we call it. And on this channel, I teach people how to start and scale their own AAA. So jumping into things here, I have a big Miro board that we need to cover today, a lot to cover. At the end here, I have your step-by-step blueprint. So that's really what you're waiting for, but we have a lot to cover before then. So starting off, we have an inbound marketing case study of my friend Giannis Moore. Giannis is actually a member of my closed AI content creators group. So I've kind of rounded up a couple key guys in the space that I think are really good and doing good things in the space. And they're actually meeting me in Dubai in a week or two for a mastermind that we're doing. So Giannis, solid dude, knows his stuff, very smart. And he actually has his own channel here, as you can see. And I want to use him as a case study of showing how small channels, and not just myself with my big number next to my name, that I've had to do a lot of work to get there, smaller people who are starting YouTube channels or even just LinkedIn and smaller platforms can still win big in the AAA space by doing the right things. And Giannis has done it right, and we're going to be breaking down in this video exactly how he's done that. So Giannis here, you can see he's got his channel, Giannis Moore AI Automation. He has 3.1 thousand subscribers, 59 videos. And this is the video that we're going to be talking about in particular that was able to generate him over $110,000 of potential earnings, not actual earnings. He hasn't made 100 grand from one video, but he has attracted 21 leads to his business through his contact form and other methods, as we're going to go into. And it only took him 3 hours to create this video, really. 1 hour to plan it, as you'll see later. I've actually got an interview with him that I'm going to insert later in this video. So he's going to tell us a little bit more about how he did this and what worked for him. It only took him 2 hours to film. You can see here that it's 1 hour and 20 minutes long, and we're going to jump into that in a second. But here's the high level overview. He's got 21 leads so far, and these are at an average value of around $5,000. So before I can give you some kind of step-by-step strategy on replicating this, you need to understand YouTube Organic as a platform for acquiring customers for your agency. Now, this is actually, the whole thing here is kind of an excerpt from the YouTube Organic module that I'm doing within my program. So if you guys are from the accelerator, don't worry, you're going to be getting a massive module full of this and much more. But I wanted to release this on the channel as I saw Giannis's example, and I thought that's a cool way of doing a little case study for you guys here on the channel as well. So you guys are going to get a sneak peek or a sneak preview of the stuff that I'm sharing in the accelerator. So first things first, in order to succeed with getting clients in the same way Giannis has, is to understand YouTube as a platform and how you can use it to acquire customers. Now I've learned this and experienced this over the past 12 to 14 months. I never thought I'd be a YouTuber. You probably didn't think you would either. But I think after this video, you might be changing your mind because I've generated over 1,500 leads for my agency. I counted it up the other day. So Giannis has done 20 within 7 days. You guys can do the same, but you need to understand how this works on a fundamental level. So this funnel here is breaking down how impressions on YouTube are converted into closed deals and how you can, the sort of components as well that we need to understand that convert people from stage to stage. So starting off at the top, when you post a YouTube video, like Giannis posts this, an AI phone assistant in 2 hours, YouTube goes, okay, I'm going to try and show that video to some people. In this case, Giannis has got 3,300 views, 3.3K, and there's usually about a 5 to 6% conversion rate of people who are shown the video and the views that it actually gets. So I'm assuming it's been shown to around 50,000 people here. And so when YouTube shows your videos to people, it's then up to the title and thumbnail of the video that you've posted to convert people from impressions into views. So if they click on the video because the thumbnail is appealing, it catches their eye. Thumbnail is usually the first thing, and then the title is what they read after. So thumbnail catches the attention, title converts it into a bit of interest, and then they go through and they click onto the video. So your video click-through rate is what converts impressions into views. And then in order to convert views into link clicks or website visitors, the end goal of this obviously is to get closed deals and clients for your agency. But there's a couple steps in between that. So you need to then convert those views into people who actually go on and visit your website. And so what does this is these key things here. So as soon as people click on the video, they are hit with the hook of your video. So at the start of this video, I had a hook explaining what I'm going to cover, the value that you can expect from it, etc. And then the actual content of the video is building up trust and saying, like, is this guy an idiot or not? And at the end or somewhere through it, you need to have a call to action or a CTA. And this combination of factors is what's going to determine whether people view your video and then end up clicking on the link in your description to visit your website. There's also the description itself, which we'll go into in a second, but the way that you lay out your description will also determine how many people are able to click over to your website with interest to start working with you. Now, as a whole, the thing that we're optimizing for when we create videos is this description click-through rate. How many people can we convert from viewers? So once they've watched the video and they like what they've seen and they're interested in working with you because you've made a call to action saying, hey, if you want to work with me, you can click the link in the description. Down they come to being a website visitor. So they land on your website and they have a look around. And in this case, you might get a 1% conversion rate from views to link clicks or website visitors, which would be pretty good. And then you have your website conversion rate, which is going to determine how many of those website visitors convert into engaged leads. How many of them are reaching out to you and saying, hey, I'm interested in your services. So while in this case, Giannis only got 10 form submissions on his website, which I'm going to break down his funnel shortly, just over here. So hold fire for that. But in total, it was 21 leads, and this is how they came in. So firstly, it was an email. There was 10 of them come from a web form submission on his website. 4 came from direct outreach via his YouTube business email. So there's the email that he has on his profile. 2 came through LinkedIn, and 5 came through Instagram, which is pretty interesting considering he doesn't push that anywhere, and it's not really a major platform for him. So then from these 10 people who submitted the form on his website, I'm actually making it the total 21 here. Giannis decided to book in 4 calls because he's been quite picky. And here you get your qualification rate. So are these people actually qualified, or are they people that can help? Do they have the budget? Are they in the right niche, etc.? The qualification rate will determine how much of this is crap, basically. You might get a ton of AI agency owners hitting you up. I get a bunch of people using my contact form on Morningside to try and ask me questions about how to start an agency. I'm sure Giannis got it too off this video of people who are wanting to sell voice AI solutions. But in short, you're not going to get everyone who's qualified for a call, and so you're going to see a bit of a drop off here as well. Now from these calls, not all of the deals are going to go through, and so you might get 2 to 4 of them closed out of that. And what affects this, the conversion from booking in a discovery call into a closed deal, are things like your offer and your brand and positioning, which we're going to go into in a little bit as well. And if you watch my recent video on, I don't know, I always forget which side to put it on, it'll be up there, on exploration milestones and how you can drastically increase your close rate for your agency, the exploration milestone can be a real key tool to use here. At least that's what I use at my agency. So as a whole, this system is converting the impressions that YouTube is sending out. It's putting your videos in front of people, and you're trying to optimize to get it down to close deals at the end. And there's certain key points along the way that you can address and focus on to try to push up these metrics. So with that high-level overview of YouTube organic acquisition, we can jump into things like breaking down this video in particular. So obviously, if you're going to try to create YouTube content, you need to have a topic, you need to have some kind of value that you're giving away or some focus area. In this case, Giannis was doing it on voice AI systems, which I've been talking about a lot. And so we can break down this topic and why he was able to get, in this case, 3,300 views, but also the 20 leads that he's got off it so far. Helpful thing to do when analyzing these trends is to look at basic stuff like Google Trends. And here you can see over the past 4 or 5 months, voice AI has really been heating up. And I've been talking about this constantly on the channel. In fact, you can see that I've made 4 videos on this now with all these different voice AI systems. When you look at trends like this, where there's more and more interest coming into the space, you can see prior examples of people in the space making videos like this and getting views, then it's safe to say that if you are to make some kind of good content in that area, then you will get views and there is attention. So voice AI was clearly trending, and I think it's still fairly early, in my opinion. I think this is just, I mean, the whole world can really use this stuff. Basically, any business on the planet can benefit from some kind of voice AI system. So now's as good a time as any to get in and create content. And I think these kind of long form videos are going to do very well. So Giannis has been quite strategic in doing the long form video as well. So Giannis had some data of the stuff working already, which is great. And then he was able to come in and make an hour and 21 minute long video that's addressed at beginners. So long video typically means lots of value. This is what worked for him, I think, and it's ideal for beginners. When you make a longer video, I've done a lot on my channel and they perform very well because someone who's new to AI wants to feel like they're being walked step by step, not compressed down and skipping key parts. So very long videos showing you every step of the way is more appealing to beginners, and the beginner market on YouTube, on anything, the beginners represent the top of the funnel in any kind of any skill, right? So you're gonna have the most people at the top and the most people are gonna be beginners. That means you're gonna have bigger potential reach and a wider market of people who can watch your video and get value from it. So there's also this loom style part of the thumbnail, which shows quite a hands-on tutorial. You can see him here showing you what you're doing, which is signaling to people that this is gonna be a tutorial. And when it comes to YouTube, it's about matching their expectations. When they click on a video, you need to match the expectations. Like when you clicked on this video, the thumbnail is going to present some kind of implied experience of the video. And in this case, he's showing an implied experience of a 2-hour tutorial, showing you how to do it step by step, which is again, appealing to beginners. And in the video, he's actually got a call to action at the end, which is saying you can get in touch with me with my link in the description. So I'll leave a link. Here's this video here. I'll leave a link to the video down below if you want to go watch it and see how we did it. But that's a summary of the video itself and the trend that it was built upon. Then we can actually start to break down his funnel. So how is he converting this attention, going back to this, how is he converting these impressions and these views into link clicks and people landing on his site so that he can try to funnel them down towards being closed deals. So as I said, at the end of the video, he had a call to action where he was saying, hey, if you want to work with me or you're interested in these solutions for your business, you can contact me below. And down in the description, we have this here, which is a nice description, link to the resources he mentioned. So I believe he's capturing emails doing that, which is a good way to start building a list as well. But then he has this work with us link as well, which directly goes to his website here. So it's good description, short and sweet, not too many links. And then it's got a link to work with us here, which takes to his website. Up the top right is a contact us button, which takes visitors down to the contact form, and they're able to fill in the subject of the inquiry, the name, email, budget, how they can help you, etc. So that's the funnel as it stands, and we're going to go into ways that he could have improved this a little later. And so at this stage, once I've submitted that form, you can see that we're now at this form submission part, and now we need to do some kind of qualifying to determine who we want to get on calls with, and then we can try to close those from there. So the qualification rate of these inbound leads into people that you actually want to hop on calls with is entirely up to you and your agency and how you want to run it. Whether you want to be taking on a couple big clients a month, which are a bit more custom, or simpler ones that are sort of faster and easy to do. I've covered this in a video on my $5,000 to $105,000 client, which I'll put a link to up here, so you can understand the difference between the different sizes of clients, because I've done $5K to $100,000 and everything in between. Different sizes of clients have different baggage associated, so you need to decide what kind of client that you're trying to get out of these inbound leads. And then once you get on the discovery call with one of these qualified leads, it's up to you to present a good offer and have good brand and positioning in order to close them, because they're not going to end up signing with you if they don't trust you or believe that you can deliver what you say you're going to do, whether you are the guy for the job. And this comes down to the offer for one. If you can put some kind of guarantee on it, that's going to help you to close it. But for most of us, if you're looking to do YouTube organic and inbound marketing like this, a lot of it's going to come down to your brand and your positioning. So using me as an example, people can look at my YouTube channel and see I've got a lot of subscribers and I get views on my videos, and I've got lots of knowledge on the topic because I talk about it like this. That builds a lot of trust and really helps with my positioning to get those deals closed on the call. So in this case, we can analyze Giannis's brand, his personal brand across platforms. On YouTube, of course, we have a clearly specializing in AI automation on his banner and profile. He has a link in his bio so they can contact him if they want. And I think most importantly here, he has been consistently posting on YouTube, and he has a track history of covering specifically AI voice solutions. So as you can see here, he's got 7 videos on AI voice in the past month. So this is really going to help with his positioning when he gets on those calls and having some kind of authority. And yes, I'm the guy for the job. I've shown that I know this stuff inside out. I can do this for you. And it's really going to build that trust with the customer or with the potential client. And then looking at other platforms as well, it's important to be congruent, because as you saw back here, he didn't just get all of them through his website. He actually got 2 through LinkedIn, and then 5 of them came through Instagram. So you guys need to be cautious and aware that people are going to look at you on multiple platforms. In this case, he had it in the bio. He had his LinkedIn and his Instagram. So make sure if you're putting that stuff in your bio, the profile is optimized towards presenting the right side of you that you want your potential clients to see. So over here we can see that his LinkedIn is very professional. Nice banner, very clearly shows that he's AI and he's doing certain things. There's a bio as well. So very good on the LinkedIn side. Also here on Instagram, it's consistent and congruent with the channel branding as well. So he's over here posting about ways that you can do AI automations for your business, etc., and continues to build upon the authority that he's built with his YouTube channel. And I mean, he's got 3,000 subscribers. He's got a few hundred connections on here, and he's got 300 followers on Instagram. So this, if any of you are still thinking that, oh, Liam, I can't do YouTube or I can't do inbound marketing because, I mean, Liam, he's got all these subscribers and he's been doing it for a long time. 300 followers, and these guys are reaching out. 5 people reached out after seeing that and saying, yes, this is still my guy. So there's no excuse for you guys to not commit 1, 2, 3, 4 months to trying to build up some kind of following on any of these platforms and start to do marketing like this and positioning yourself as an expert, because it goes to show that you don't need a massive audience to be able to generate high quality leads and larger volume of leads. Next, I want to jump into a bit of an analysis of how we could have done things better. I know in Giannis's case, he's not really looking to optimize and maximize how much money he's making from these deals that come out of the channel. He's working on a SaaS at the moment, I believe, and it's going to be in the AI voice space. So he's kind of funneling them into the channel and getting attention for that this way. But if this was one of your channels and I was sitting down helping you, this is the kind of changes that I would make to improve this funnel and make it perform better. Firstly, on the video and content side, I think changing the title to being clearly a beginner's guide would allow it to tap into a bigger audience. And also statements work better than questions. So in this case, it could be how to create an AI phone assistant, complete beginner's guide. I think in here saying it's 2 hours when it is an hour 20, you're making it sound longer than it actually is, which might be an issue. You could probably round that down to 1 hour. But at least in my experience, if you're going to put time in the title, it should be as small as possible. So you see some of my videos, it's like how to build X in 3 minutes. So the shorter you make it, the better. That's the changes I'd make to the title. And then for the thumbnail, I'd be simplifying it down a bit more to be just 1 or 2 components max, so myself, and then 1 or 2 things. It might be some words, and then 1 image or icon. The more layers you add into the thumbnail, the more complex it becomes, and the less clarity they have to, okay, this is what the video is actually about. And finally, I'd add more call to action throughout the video. So if you're really trying to optimize for as many people clicking through to your website as possible, he's left it to the end of an hour 21 to say, hey, you can work with me. I'd probably mention it at the start, just before they jumped into it, like, hey, if you're interested in doing this, you can contact me below. I'd also put a couple little pop-ups at the bottom throughout the video, maybe 1 or 2, just saying, hey, if you're interested in these services, contact me below, because they might get to that part in the tutorial and go like, oh, this is really hard. And then that pops up, perfect timing, they go down and click, and instead of them trying to do it themselves, they just come to you for it. Perfect, presenting this solution to the problem as soon as they experience it, kind of thing. Then for the description, I'll be changing this work with us. As you can see over here, it says work with us, and then it has this link. I'd be changing it to something stronger, a stronger call to action, something like interested in AI voice solutions for your business, work with me here, and then link. As you can see on my Morningside AI channel, which is what we use to generate leads for our business mainly now. You can see here, interested in exploring what AI can do for your business, get in touch with the Morningside AI team here. So this is what I use for my business when I'm making content specifically targeted at getting business leads for us. Obviously here on this channel, I'm more focused towards helping you guys start your agencies. So I don't need to have that strong call to action. I'd also be moving the link up to being the first link. So people are going to dig down for those resources no matter what, because that's what they came for. So you can get your link to work with us right at the top. It's a very minor change, but you can technically put this link to the resources further down, and they're going to have to look past your work with us and your my links, etc. And there's a high chance of them clicking on that link first. And finally, I'll be setting up tracking links to determine which videos are sending the most traffic to my website. I have a platform over here called Blink, bl.ink is what I use. It's a link shortener like Bitly, but you can do multiple links to the same address. So that's what I use, and you can put a unique tracking link with each video. So here we could have, if you're interested in AI voice solutions, contact us here, and that's a unique link where he can track the number of clicks from this video specifically. And that comes back to this YouTube funnel breakdown, which is, okay, what are we actually optimizing for here? What is the target and what's the goal of each piece of content we put out? How can we determine the success? And primarily for YouTube videos, yes, we are trying to get closed deals at the end, but the closest thing to our YouTube content being successful and a metric that we can measure is to attract people to click on the video and then convert those viewers into website viewers through our hook, our content, our call to action, our description. So this is really what we're optimizing for. So if you start to measure on the video level the amount of clicks that are coming through, and you can do the same thing with LinkedIn posts, etc. You can go, okay, yes, this video got 1,000 views, but I got 100 link clicks and I got 5 calls booked. Or it got 10,000 views, but I only got 50 link clicks. So you may be distracted and say, oh, but these things are getting more views, so it must be better for my business. But at the end of the day, if you're using this to get leads and to get clients for your agency, you need to be looking at what's actually moving the needle. So this has been helpful for me and my business as well in changing around how we optimize our content. Rather than trying to reach 500,000 people, I'd rather reach 10 to 20,000 people of my core audience who are going to be better people for what I'm trying to do. So heading back over here, set up the tracking links, that's one for the description. And then the website. So on this website here, you can see that it's similar to what I have at Morningside AI, which is kind of a billboard for the company saying what we do, making us look really good and really professional. And now while these are handy for putting on profiles and people naturally finding your site, I think if you have like morningside.ai, it should be one of these style websites. But if you are trying to convert as optimally as possible people from viewers into closed deals, this is coming back again to this part. Yes, now we've got them onto the website. What can we change about our website conversion rate? That's going to be the landing page itself. So instead of having a very broad and very general website that looks like this, we can convert it into a landing page that's more like a funnel that has a video sales letter or VSL on it. And in this, you could have a case study saying, this is an example of a client that we just did this with, my name is Giannis, I do this, or my name is Liam, and I'm expert in this, I've been doing it for a while. You get a chance to tell your story and why, and build that trust so that they're more likely to book a call with you, and when they get on that call, they're more likely to sign with you because they know more about and more context about you and your expertise. So converting the link in the description to send to a landing page like this would be something that I would change. I'd also have a Calendly booking link on the page here so that they can book directly in with you. And then you can go through and put screening questions. You can say, what's your budget, etc. And if they're not over a certain budget, you can say, okay, sorry, I'm not interested in working with you, and you just ignore those. Those guys are not qualified anymore. And also, if you guys were just starting, as I mentioned, if you're making YouTube content, you're going to get both AI agency owners like you guys here, and you're also going to get business owners. So you get a mix of both. These qualifying questions that you can put on your Calendly page will be helpful to say, what kind of business do you run? And they'll say, oh, I run an AI agency. Then you can say, sorry, man, I'm not interested in giving away my source on how I'm selling these solutions. You can go and figure it out for yourself. I've made the video, but you're not going to get on a call with me. I only take calls with business owners who I can actually sell to. And you also get a lot of guys like, hey, I want a partner. Partner means they want to get you to do it for free and not pay. And so if they're asking to partner, please be very careful to not waste a lot of time talking to them because they might just be tire kickers and wasting your time. And finally here, as I said, normal websites are good for having on your profiles and letting people find you organically, but they're not really optimized for conversions because people have to come on here and click contact us and then fill it out. It's not exactly optimized for retaining people and converting website visitors into leads. Now, finally, before we get into the step-by-step guide here, I've just had a quick call with Giannis where he breaks down some really interesting things. We can jump into that now.
Yeah, awesome. So I'd say the success of the video actually was pretty pre-planned, kind of, because I started working with Vapi like 1.5 months before that, since I basically started integrating that into my own SaaS product. And I just gained so much knowledge that I thought, yeah, why not just share that with the world? You know, I'm anyways in the AI space and make some videos about it. And then I just used vidIQ to figure out which kind of keywords work well, what are people looking for. And then I released that first video about the difference of a static assistant and transient-based assistant on API, which everyone just loved. And that was the moment when I realized, okay, there's actually some really good demand there. And from there, I started making more videos about it. And I think the strategy is literally just super simple. Just bring out value. Like I delivered value that they could just implement without much of the technical knowledge, and they loved it. And I think that's why they come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you went for I think that's your first video that you did the big hour-long kind of style. How much planning went into that beforehand? Because you made it something that you were kind of freestyling it, but I know there's always a bit of a setup beforehand. So how much time did you actually invest so we can calculate, okay, that's how much time is required to make a content of this level, and this is the kind of results that we can get once we've sort of tallied up your leads.
Yeah. Well, if you would say for the video itself, I would probably say not more than 1.5 hours. But for the knowledge that I gathered through that, it was probably like 1.5 months.
Okay, so you
and
just
I'm like not just like half time. I was literally working most of the time with Vapi, with voice AI agents, figuring out how they work. So yeah, that's it.
So would you recommend going deep on one particular area like this for other people who are looking to replicate your success?
100%. Because in the end, it is just about what you master. Because the small nuances are what in the end matter. So if you just niche down to one thing, you can still deliver a super, super great service to them, which they will be very happy with, right?
Mm-hmm. And I know you're busy with your SaaS. How many of these leads are you actually planning to take on?
Ooh, that's a very good question. I'm
just
trying
cherry
to filter
picking the best ones.
Yeah. I mean, I have partners we know through YouTube, really cool other guys that are very good in the industry, and just partnering up, trying to serve as many people as possible so we can get them as many value as we possibly can. And I'll just take on the more complex stuff, the one that's really interesting for me, where I have to dive deep, where I have to actually find some new areas to connect things to. And this is just where I'm literally just validating. I'd say from all of the leads I'm getting in, it's probably less than 3% that I'm actually like really taking on seriously.
And so if you were to give advice to an aspiring young AAA owner, how would you recommend that they go about creating content like this? What's a step-by-step you give them?
I'd say the first thing is do your research on the topic. Do your research on one tool that you actually work with, where you can see value in it, where you can see that other people maybe even do something. And you know yourself, with a dedication, you can get some similar result or probably even better than that. And you literally just dive into their documentation, figure out all of the nuances, talk with their support, try to get as many value as you can out of them so that you can leverage that inside of your business. And I think once you have done that, you have the pretty solid basement to actually already start making videos about it, right? Because then you also know where the pitfalls are, where people are struggling with. You get a better understanding of that. You can learn from, you can look at your failures or like the problems that you figured out and make content about that. And this is basically how you can get started and how you actually find a community that actually makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a really good way of doing it. If you could just pick an area and start to dig into it more. And as you're going, there's something that I should probably be doing more often as well, is noting down the struggles that I have. And then you can just piece that together into, in your case, something that I've done on the channel to great success.
Exactly.
And now you're doing it as well. It's just those massive videos. It's like everyone needs the beginner guide in the AI space. These beginner guides are so massive.
We all make mistakes. So it's a win for all of us, right? If we make a mistake, we share with others. Maybe we avoid it for even 1 or 2 other people to make the same thing. So it's just pure value, which I like a lot.
Awesome, Giannis, that's been a massive help. It's great to get you into the video that I'm hyping you up so much. So I appreciate you, man, and I'm sure the community will be checking out your channel as well. All right, now we can get into a step-by-step guide on how you can actually do this for yourself, how you can start to generate leads with inbound marketing. So first off, as Giannis said, he spent a month learning a particular topic. In this case, he was learning voice AI and VAPI in particular. So he spent a month learning that. And then he said it only took him 1 hour to plan the video. So it's a month of learning and then an hour of planning for that video. So first things first, you need to pick something to learn, whether that's going to be voice assistance or bland AI in particular, or VAPI AI or anything, or it might be assistance API, building text-based agents. It might be doing automations, but you got to pick something. Look at the trends that are going on in the space, voice AI this, assistance API that. You've got lots of different options in the market. Just do a bit of research and pick something that you want to learn and start to specialize in initially. Now you need to go out and actually learn this thing. That starts with going onto YouTube and searching up the topic and saying how to build X with Y, binging all of these videos, building your own projects, learning something, and along the way, take notes, as Giannis said, of the tricky parts where you can be the bridge and the guide to help people through that in future when you start to make your content. Then once you've got a good base, don't wait too long. You have to start at some point. Don't wait 3-6 months. Trust me, it's within a month of hard work on a topic, you're going to know more than 99% of people. You're ready to start making videos and teaching other people how to build cool stuff. I mean, I don't need to make it much more complex than that, but just build cool things. Follow your own interest and things that you are interested in building. And once you build that, package it into a video and share it, then you can give away cool resources as well as the value that makes them come back each time. So when you give away the value, you can be capturing emails as Giannis is, and as I did on my free resource hub. I have an email list of 60,000 people now, because when I was doing this process, I was giving away free value and I was making them give me their email in exchange for the value. So you can build an email list, start a regular newsletter talking about the solutions that you're building. Great way to start building up a pool of people that you get to market to on your own lists. And when it comes to video ideas, I can spoon feed you some of these right now. This is what's worked for me in my channel. How to X Complete Beginner's Guide. Again, beginners, top of funnel, most people. How to do X and Y in minutes. If you can make X as valuable as possible and Y as low as possible, then you're going to be getting a lot of value. Then the people watching the videos are going to be getting a lot of value in a small amount of time, which is great for people with short attention spans. Then you can do things like advanced guide to X. Now, I know I said beginners is best, but there's actually a big pool of people who crave advanced stuff as well. And you can see on my channel, I've got like 200,000 views on a video that's an advanced guide to GPTs, because people actually do crave stepping up to something more difficult and also testing their skills. And people naturally overvalue their level of expertise and their skills. So when you say advanced guide, everyone kind of thinks that they can be an advanced guide to some degree. So we've also got 5 ways to use X in your business. So 5 ways to use voice AI systems or voice AI bots in your business. Helpful listicle, people like list-based videos. And finally, how to solve common problem you faced during this process that you noted down in X minutes. So whether you're doing VAPI or voice AI, how to solve this painful little problem in X minutes. So you can get a couple quick videos out, really start to build out your channel so that you've got 5, 10, 20 different videos on the same topic. And then finally, you need to start directing that traffic to some kind of basic website or landing page that allows them to book calls in with you. As I said, you can use something like bl.ink, Blink. This is what I use because Bitly doesn't allow you to send multiple links to the same address. So I've just used this other one. Works fine for me. So you can determine what content is actually converting people from viewers into website visitors. And you can use something like Card or ClickFunnels to create a very quick website. Don't waste too much time on it. As we've shown before, if you're just trying to convert people from visitors into booked calls, you don't need anything crazy, just a landing page with a short video view or some kind of slideshow that you've presented, and that's going to help them to convert website visitors into booked calls. So that's the step-by-step. I think you can figure it out from there, but pick something to learn it, take notes, make videos, give away value, give away resources, collect those emails, direct them to the website, convert those into calls, and start closing them from there. So that's all for the video. I hope this has been helpful. Giannis is just one example of inbound marketing methods working for AI agencies right now. We have tons of people in the accelerator who are all pivoting over to using LinkedIn or YouTube, and they're successfully generating leads using these inbound marketing methods, which is attracting those early adopters by putting yourself out there, making content that people want to see and that they're going to click on. I'm an example of it. My whole career here has been based off me making videos and attracting business to me. You guys can do the exact same thing. It's not that hard. If you don't want to be a YouTuber, just sit on it for a bit. You don't have to do YouTube. You can do other platforms, but YouTube is the best one for it right now. And all you need to do is spend a month or 2 learning a topic and start to share on that. So this Miro board, I'm going to leave a link to it on my free school community. So if you want to jump on there, there'll be a link in the description for school. There'll also be a link to Giannis's channel down below if you want to check him out. Solid guy, very smart, and something you guys should be watching as well. If you guys have anything else that you want me to cover that you're struggling with your agencies, be sure to let me know down below because I do read the comments and I'll be checking those out. So you might see videos addressing that at a later date. But that's all for the video. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.